Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to I think it got down to 42 last night. It's 51 now. Watch says no rain, it says dry, or it says dry for the next 10 days. Supposed to get up in the 80s. Or not this weekend, the next weekend, I think it is. That's a little too far for weather around here to be predicted. But keep our fingers crossed. But that would be nice. Have all the ACs going by then, probably. But anyway, we're it's Monday, fun day. We're kind of running late, so we got to roll. Where there might not be a little thing at work. So if it just goes from this to me being at work, we were running late. Got to roll. All right, oh come on. Now this is something I've wanted to do for quite some time, is to ride an XT and then immediately ride a RedRock to see oh, I need to roll because I think a truck's about to come in here. Oh, I'm doing that all wrong. But you're doing it all wrong. I think that truck's coming this way. So anyway, as amazing as the XT and the standard Canyon's suspension is, the RedRock is just, you know, a big leap ahead in my eyes and from my riding them, but I haven't ridden one back to back. How big of a difference is it? And I was gonna figure out what the difference is in price between the XT and the RedRock, just to see, you know, is it worth spending the extra money, and is it a whole bunch more? You know, maybe it's not that big of a difference. My only wish is that there was color options with the RedRock. As much as I love that moss green, or I think that's what it's called, it'd be nice to have another choice. Even, you know, maybe not the same shade of silver or gray, whatever they call it. Maybe something like that. What is that one Spyder? What was that called? It's almost a gold color. I think the F3s had the colors. That kind of a, I don't remember what that was called. Let's see, that feels absolutely fantastic. Much you definitely sense way more travel than the RT or F3. But it seems like the RedRock just, you know, that electronic, because, you know, I've spent so much time on GSAs and now on my Pan America with that, you know, I guess you call them smart shocks, that you get used to that, and then you ride something else and you're going, man, everything should have this. Hey, my Jeep's not blocking the road. Look, and there's hardly any traffic to the left as well. Just one of my parking lot rides. They don't have an XT upstairs, so when I'm done with this ride, I'm just gonna zip it around front, and the main Spyder salesman is off on Sundays and Mondays, so he's always my door holder. You definitely get more wind coming around. I mean, in the center, it's fantastic. And then you have, geez, that windshield goes up way higher than what you think. And I love that in adventure bikes, especially when you get into areas where it's hot. And we will get into some areas that's hot this year. So we maybe conjure up some way of strapping Kelly's shield down somewhere, and because she would really appreciate some good old-fashioned, you know, bugs in the teeth experience. At least I think she would. But you know, that shield has no vents, so you get a lot of turbulence, which that vent takes out. It's just this ongoing thing. It's almost, when it's busy, it's almost a daily thing. I have to explain that. People go, well, I want to get one with the vents in it so I get more airflow through the windshield. Wait, hold on. I need to come up with some kind of a graphic thing that I could explain that. Honda, or I don't know who it was. Someone had a graphic display of it, but I wouldn't be able to show it because I'd probably get copyright dinged for showing somebody else's stuff. And I don't have the ability to build something like that. I wonder if you could get some kind of an AI thing to build something like that for you. That might be worth a shot anyway. I do love these things. It's just such a completely different feeling than a Spyder and F3. F3 is just a cruiser. It's like my Slim. Although the way I ride it more like a bobber than because the way I put my feet on the floorboards and stuff, I would literally put mid pegs on that thing in a minute if I could get them, you know, inexpensive enough. But then something like that would probably be hacked together and it would just look bad. Isn't it amazing that they have finally diminished the truck supply? The Tundras, which getting a lot of flack too. Not Tundras, but the Tacoma. Jeez, they sold, like, so far this year they've sold almost 300,000 of them. So yeah, they're actually doing really well. The Tundras are the one that gets the most heat, you know, because people buying good old V8, you know, normally aspirated power. Jeez, everything, that's kind of the way it is today at work. It's just stone quiet, which is really good because it's just Kelly and one other guy. Luckily, the guy that's with her is pretty much a go-getter. So she was gonna go straight across. So she's good, and the fact that it's nice and quiet. Here's my road blocking Jeep right there. I would imagine he or she probably pulls up at a time that there's no parking spaces left. Oh, maybe not. That's newer and it's got Oregon tags. I just love the color of the XT. It just, to me, it just glows. That's that original 07 FJ that was back here, and I kept seeing that thing out there and told Kelly, we're gonna go look at an FJ Cruiser. Next thing you know, we was driving one. It's funny, we were following one the same color as ours, same year, same color, this morning coming to work. Then he took an exit, and right after that we come behind one that was hauling like a utility trailer or something. I think someone tried to do something and had a direct miss. They got a football out here too. They're gonna have some fun. Going across speed bumps and stuff is just amazingly smooth on this one. It'll be interesting to see how big of a difference all of a sudden the XT feels to me. I mean, it's like really good. I would never say no to one, that's for sure. Something about coming out of that turn a certain way, and it happens to me on canyons. it's just in regular road mode, it detects something there and it takes the throttle away from me briefly. It surprises me when it does it. Get my winkies on, let people know what I'm doing. Alright, so we'll go snaggle a RedRock and do that same little loop. That's assuming I get somebody to help me. Those cones, well, I guess it's not windy today, so it'll probably work. Well, look at that. I put about, I swear it's about 2.5 gallons in this thing. It's already showing in the red. Anyway, let me get this thing inside, find a place to put it, and I'll whiz downstairs and grab the Canyon, or RedRock, I mean. Thanks, Terry. Look at that. The man showed up. Yeah, that's the trick, is trying to get them both to... I'll find a spot for this thing and land it. Oh, he shot on out. Alright, my thinking is I want to move this used one out of the way and manipulate it over where the regular standard is. I kind of want to back it in and have it facing forward out of this little corner right here. I want to have it sitting right there. That's my thinking. I would like to have the standard one facing that way as well, but I'll manipulate it and get it all around. I tell you what, for a 0% chance of rain, it sure does look iffy out here. Like it could she could rain at any moment. Although it is brightening up. I don't know what I told you the temperature was the first time I was out there, but it's 57 now. Ooh, I feel like I'm sitting higher too. Let's see what mapping mode this thing's in. Yeah, just normal. I think I told you road before. We'll just leave it in a base setting. Come on, Vince. Got all day. Actually, my schedule is like super light today. So I thought, well, been wanting to do this, and I need to get that XT up front because that's the only one we have. We have a RedRock up there and a standard Canyon. Jeez, I don't know, there's something about riding these canyons. It feels like an adventure bike, and I keep reaching for the front brake. These things are so cool. Another thing I've noticed, when you roll these things into a turn, the suspension seems to react to it, which seems very cool, but kind of odd at the same time. I think they're going to steal that spot right yonder from Kirkland, Washington. What was I doing up in Kirkland? I think that's when I used to go up there do those studies with Microsoft, with Pocket PCs. Remember the old PDAs? And then it went to they put that Pocket PC operating system in their smartphones. Now they don't do any of that stuff anymore. That was a lot of fun going up there. They had me do these crazy things with the phones that, wow, literally had me pondering. Well, let's see, that's the Jeep right there. Yeah, see, Oh, yep, it's got working tags. I guess it was the same one. It's so clean. It seems like it's usually dirty or something. It is a more neutral look to it with the moss green. It is the coolest look at them. It'd be cool if there was other colors to choose from. But I think the RedRock and the moss green just, I don't know, it fits it. And it's, it's kind of like the sea to sky. Everybody buys the RedRock. Oh, so I didn't put two and two together until I was talking to the GM. I was discussing something with him, and he goes, "Man, you got a lot of white Spyders down there." I said, "Yeah, I got a slew of sea to skies." He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "They because we sell them so well, they took the restrictions off us, so we can order as many as we want." And he goes, "And for the RTs, the majority of them were sea to skies, because that's what everybody wants." And I go, "I was just talking about that in a video the other day," or said the majority, it just the difference. Oh, I was gonna look up the price between these two things. I guess you can do it online. I don't think it's that big to make it worth not getting the extras of the RedRock. The main big difference between the RedRock and the XT would be that smart suspension. And if you've never ridden on a bike like that, it reacts like, I think at 100,000, takes 100,000 readings per second, something like that, something astronomical. So she is always paying attention. The way they explained it at BMW, if a wheel fell into a pothole before it reached the other side, it reacts. It senses what the drop was and reacts before it hits the other side. It's that fast. It's, for our minds, it's instantaneous. Really see that with the the GSAs I rode, and the Pan America literally does exactly the same thing. And what's cool is when you switch between ride modes, just like the BMWs, it switches the suspension mode. And what's cool is, like on the BMWs, you had that dynamic mode, and then in dynamic mode you can vastly change what you want the suspension to. You can change all kinds of stuff, traction control. And the Pan America has the ability to, in one of their custom modes, I think isn't there like an off-road, there's like a freer mode that's pre-built, and I think you can make adjustments. But like I have one is just like a rip mode, like let's go right now. And man, that thing is all but frightening, violently fast. There's no way that's only 150 horsepower. But she's edgy. Yeah, it's not really smooth for riding around town, but it beefed it. Basically used the sport mode suspension, and it's pretty harsh. It's meant to go really fast, which I'm not doing that, and burst maybe, A noticeable difference between them, but not quite as vast as I thought it would be. If anything, as you're just kind of cruising along, this feels more tight. It feels like it's more responsive, and the Canyon kind of has a soft feel to it all the time. So it does go over speed bumps and stuff really nice. But, it's not going to be able to adjust, and you're not going to be able to adjust anything, because you get out your your wrenches and start tinkering with it. There's your adjustment. This one, I haven't gone through and see how much I can manipulate it. But watch the way, I mean the feedback, watch the feedback through the bars and the wheels if you can see them at the same time. It's the craziest thing. It's so intelligent and so fast. Truck and trailers for rent, U-Haul. Truck share, 24/7. We lost all our little kitty poos out there, but I don't want to turn around down there. What a lovely vehicle, though. It just blows me away how that suspension goes. Oof. This is a sharp one. Watch this thing. It's crazy. You know, you feel it with the BMWs. And I was always riding the GSAs. You can't exactly look down at the front wheel. That's a big old fairing in front of you. You lean over looking at that front wheel, you're about to be in trouble. But you can look down in between and watch the inverted forks, you know, doing their little thing. Or you can see the wheel reacting. It's really nice. Oh, here's the dadgummit. I was gonna jump into that as soon as I took off. There's the thing that might get you a little oh, look at that, I'm catching it, but I don't think it'll stop at this point. I'm gonna have to back up. You gonna catch me? Nope. Ain't that a son of a gun. How do we do reverse? Throttle forward. Do a rear paddle shift. Freak these people out thinking I'm gonna drive in the road. Hey, Jeannie, she's gonna ignore me. But I'll give me a second to talk. If you've put the passenger kit on a Riker or Riker Rally, when you put I'm pretty sure it's the left, yeah, it's the left foot peg, it activates the a passenger mode. It knows there's a passenger on it, and that shows up in your display. On the XT, on all the Canyons, it's on the right hand side. So watch when I lift this peg, watch that little icon. The icon goes away. The reason I want to bring that up, that if you're getting really sporty with one of these things, and you notice that the nanny's kicking in a little too much, make sure you don't have your right foot peg down, because that changes the VSS and everything. It is more, it's stricter with a passenger on it than without a passenger on it. So be mindful of that. I ran into that with the Riker, because I immediately put that passenger kit on there, which includes the foot peg brackets and the foot pegs, and has the sensor in it. You got to plug the sensor in, and yeah, I mean, sometimes it was like crazy, like, man, you're sensitive today. And I realized the pegs are down. So Canyons do it and Rikers do it. The sensor's in one of the passenger pegs. On Rikers, it's on the left peg. On Canyons, it's built into the right peg. And what's really cool, the sensor that they use is that same sensor that they use for the fluid level in your brake reservoir. It's exactly the same sensor. That's cool. Use what you got. No sense reinventing the wheel for every little thing. Gas cap opens, even though it looks like it's going to open backwards, or this way, it opens forward, so you had easy access to put petrol in it. And I'll be knowing all about that for sure here in a couple months. There'll be some gas stops. But thanks for going on the dual canyon ride. XT versus RedRock. You know, initially just putting around, not a huge difference. But it is noticeable, the difference. The electronics, how it responds like those speed bumps. You don't get that same lack of feedback in the bars, because it's so intelligent that it realizes you're hitting something and it soaks it up, because it's paying attention to my speed. You're not going fast, you know, it's just you're hitting something, and it doesn't want to send that feedback to you. It's crazy how they sort all that stuff out. But anyway, thanks once again. I'm gonna roll out. Been fairly exciting. There's a deer, great big deer, sitting right there, just staring at me. And I'm like, what the heck? Of course, as soon as I get my phone, start to go for my phone, Danny came from down the road back up here and scared it off. And then when we first started, I looked down the road and I see a silhouette. And I go, oh, there's a dog down there. Nope. The coyote just standing in the middle of the road, just staring at us, and went shoof into the woods. Well, Danny smelt that and was very focused on trying to figure that out. I'm trying to stop him from going any further. So 0% chance of rain, and if I can hold still enough, you can see all the water spots on the rocks. It's a light rain out here right now. That deer just shot back into the woods. No, you're going to where that rat nest hole is. Yep, you go right to it every time. Come on. Anyway, sorry for shaking the phone all around. I'm just using the default camera on the phone. It's easier to do with one hand than trying to manipulate what I normally use. But anyway, we're on our walk. Just seen some cool stuff. If I see anything else cool, I'll be back. Well, hello there, dear. How the heck are you? Looks like it's about to pour down rain out here.
It's not supposed to. It's just cloudy.
Yeah, it still says dry for 10 days.
Yeah.
It did sprinkle a little bit for just like maybe a mile.
Yeah.
Maybe a quarter, but it wasn't very much. Just see the little sprinkles on there, not enough to hit the wipers. Plus, there's so many bugs on there now. You hit the wipers and make a mess.
Wipe them out.
You need a good old downpour to clear that off.
I scrub brush and blow it up.
Yep. But hope you enjoyed the Canyon XT and Canyon RedRock little ride today. That was my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Surprised how nice the XT was compared to Canyon. Definitely you notice it, but it's not overwhelming like I was gonna think it was in my head. But yeah, I think it's $2,500 is the difference between an XT and a Canyon retail to retail. But if you want the best, you gotta those shocks. It's something else. When you get into something demanding, that's when you go really. It's the BMWs and the Pan Americas that way. Then you really notice it. And then you go in them different modes if you want to be sporty or off-road or whatever, and then the suspension mapping changes with it. I have to study to see how much you can play around with that stuff. I don't know if you can do the same with the RedRock as you can the Pan America and the BMW. But anyway, on that we're gonna roll.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Tuesday or Wednesday.
Thank you. All right. See you again in the morning.
See you then.
All right. Bye-bye now.